So how is it going, Dank Division? Dank Dan here, and we have a lot to discuss tonight because we finally have the official article for Call of Duty Vanguard Season 1. So let's dive in. Well, ladies and gentlemen, where do we even start? Let's start, of course, with the story that's unfolding in Season 1. This is pretty much starting off at the tail end of World War II, preferably in 1944. The Allied forces are focused on ending this war, and Captain Butcher pretty much gets the green light to begin a top-secret campaign known simply as Operation Vulcan. Now, Vanguard, also known as Task Force 1, only delayed the inevitable with Operation Phoenix, as Axis scientists and leaders have already fled to the South Pacific. The four core forces from Vanguard, the Hellhounds, Sentinel, Barbarian, and Shadow, were strong, but none of them, even within the Pacific, had enough intel on the new map on the uncharted island known simply as Caldera. So where does that leave us? Who is going to be going in there? Well, meet Task Force 6, Trident, with their respective elite backgrounds combined. And of course, the winter trade winds at their back. All three operators of Trident, as well as Captain Butcher, have charted a nice little course to Caldera, but as we've already seen in the cutscene, the Axis were kind of prepared for them and shot them down on sight. This pretty much takes down Butcher's plane, leaving his troops scattered and him all on his own. So despite counterattacks, Trident somehow survives and manages to regroup with Captain Butcher, who just happened to land right on whatever the Axis just happened to be hiding. And with that being said, let's talk Caldera. So, for those of you who happen to have purchased Call of Duty Vanguard before December 8th, you'll be able to participate in a 24-hour Caldera exclusive access event in Warzone Pacific, which begins on October 8th at 9 a.m. Pacific time. Those of you who have a digital copy, you will have immediate access to Caldera during the 24-hour exclusivity period. Now pay attention, those of you who purchased a physical version, I'll say this nice and slow, must install and boot Vanguard, get past the initial interactive screen, and from there you will be able to gain access to the Warzone Pacific event. There will be more intel about Caldera. They'll pretty much be able to be found later on. So, with Season 1, you guys should be pretty much prepared, because we're looking at 3 new weapons, 2 new perks, new equipment, all of them free. Gets better. You also now have over 30 free items, including some new ones for the clans. You get Trident's first new operator, as well as a legendary skin, all of this within the Battle Pass. So why don't we finally introduce you to Task Force Trident? So this group in particular is going to be led by Francis Kai Lanakila. So at Tier 0, you are going to get your hands on this guy. So pretty much, when Butcher needed to hunt down the Axis on Caldera, the first man he called was Francis. And if he likes to show off just pretty much as Wade does, he is passionate in battle and learns quickly from mistakes and knows to move on to the bigger missions ahead. He fights to help others in need, but he always wants to make sure he looks good doing it. His favorite weapon is one of the newer weapons, which we will talk about later. One of 3 new weapons in Season 1 Battle Pass. As always, this one's the AR. Use him to rank it up quicker through, of course, the 20 level operator XP progression path, which includes XP bonuses, 2 new skins, and a nice little pork chop weapon charm, along other things. Francis, as well as his default Kingdom Operator skin, are automatically unlocked at Tier 0 with the purchase of the Battle Pass. Now, at Tier 0, you get quite a few little goodies. One of which is, as you can see on screen, the Alleyway Arthur Kingsley skin. So how does this one look? Well, let's just say he is prepped with his own gas mask right off the start and looks ready to take on the day. What's better yet is, as always, you get season XP boosts of 10% throughout Season 1 with the purchase of the Battle Pass. You also immediately get access to 45 minutes of double weapons XP, of course, as a token. Now, later on this season, you're going to be seeing Trident's reinforcements going to be dropping in. This, of course, being Lewis Howard and Isabella Rosero Donuan Reyes, I believe. So, Lewis Howard is, let's put it this way, he's known for surviving, even against amazingly insurmountable odds, being drafted into the war with absolutely zero fucking knowledge of weaponry. This man couldn't tell his dick from his rifle, and yet somehow ends up becoming the US's deadliest sniper. His preferred weapon is an anti-tank rifle, which is also featured within the Battle Pass. So after the new year, Trident is going to complete when close quarters battle specialist Isabella Reyes joins the fray. So, they're going to get their own featured bundles pretty much set later out in the seasons. Those who have all 3 members of Trident and level them up to 20 will get, of course, the gold trim outfits, as well as some incredibly badass diamond operator skins if they max out all 12 operators from the other 4 forces. Now, some of you might be sitting there going, is there a PlayStation exclusive combat pack? Well, we all thought with the exclusivity deal that it would be over, but ladies and gentlemen, there is an exclusive combat pack. So, be ready to get a little bit of an edge over the competition with the Season 1 combat pack free for PlayStation Plus members starting this December to celebrate the inaugural season of Vanguard and Warzone Pacific. This combat pack includes an epic operator skin for Lucas Griggs, the legendary Blue Glitz shotgun weapon blueprint featuring 10 attachments, the legendary Mermaid Scale Melee weapon blueprint, an epic emblem, watch, sticker, and calling card, as well as 60 minutes worth of double XP hidden within a token. So, for the first time ever, ladies and gentlemen, players will not receive 2 weapons for the Season Battle Pass, but 3 functional weapons in the Seasonal Battle Pass system. And later this season, 2 more. So let's of course start with the Tier 15 that you unlock, that of course being the Cooper Carbine Assault Rifle. This is a nice little hybrid rifle with an SMG-like property. If you're trying to think back to some weapon to reference this to, think Peacemaker, Black Ops 2. Nice and simple. So how this one works is that it's a short-range assault rifle that is easy to control with a fast fire rate. It could pretty much also be compared to the Automaton, another popular fast-firing assault rifle that community members have gravitated towards since launch. By default, the Cooper Carbine has a slightly slower rate of fire, shorter effective range, and a little bit more horizontal recoil, but in exchange offers better damage per shot, quicker centering speed, and of course, a bigger magazine. What's better yet is that by diving into the gunsmith, you'll find attachments that can boost its fire rate well past 1,000 rounds per minute, put its damage into a 3-shot elimination territory in multiplayer, or provide 60-round drum mags that fully commits this weapon to its SMG roots. So expect it to be a nice little solid mid-range option for Warzone Pacific and multiplayer, or as a little overkill backup to the other ranged weapon in the Battle Pass system. So ladies and gentlemen, I know you saw it in a previous video that I talked about this. Introducing at Tier 31, the Gorinko anti-tank rifle. Dear fucking lord. I'm gonna call it as I sees it, anti-tank. This means anti-material. This means you, your vehicle, your friend in the vehicle, and hell, the person standing behind your vehicle are going to fucking die. So, the Gorinko is going to hit you hard. It's a heavy, semi-automatic rifle that offers the most damage per shot of any ballistics-based weapon, capable of one-shotting any enemy in multiplayer with ease. But keep this in mind, even though it is semi-auto, follow-up shots are not going to be easy to take due to the incredible recoil due to its high-caliber bullets. This can be remedied, though, with some available barrel attachments, or those who can somehow manage to tame it. Could bump up the rate of fire in the ADS for a wildly aggressive sniping loadout. As the only weapon of its kind in Vanguard, it fills a unique role when facing foes. However, in Warzone Pacific, this thing could rival similar sniper rifles from other Call of Duty titles and may wind up being the go-to long-range option for top players in tough trials and competitions. So some of you might be wondering, alright, a third weapon in the Battle Pass. What's it going to be? Introducing the Sawtooth melee weapon at Tier 37. This is the first functional melee weapon to ever be dropped within a Battle Pass system, and this boy packs a serious bite. You're looking at this, I'm looking at this, this thing is nuts. This thing is sewn with shark's teeth along the club's perimeter. The Sawtooth can whack and slice up foes just as well as the fighting knife. Consider it a little bit of an alternative option to the lone secondary melee weapon in Vanguard. And if that doesn't get your attention and you want something a little bit longer range, ladies and gentlemen, the Katana. The single-edged Japanese longsword adds yet another deadly close quarters combat option and will be dropping somewhere within the launch window. Now, some of you might be wondering, are we going to be seeing any other weapons? Of course, there is one more. The Welgun. A nice little SMG, a prototype that was developed by SOE. The Welgun finds its way into Vanguard's arsenal despite being produced in real life in very limited quantities. Similar to the Stein with the default ammo it chambers, the Welgun is extremely compact and has relatively decent balance thanks to its built-in grips. And be ready, because if you know what you're doing and you know just the right attachments, this gun can quite possibly compete with a bunch of others. So the Katana and the Welgun are going to be some point during Season 1 in Vanguard and Warzone Pacific. Either you can unlock them through challenge, or of course, if you're lazy, through store bundles, both arriving during the season. So why don't we talk about some of the other Battle Pass highlights while we are at it? So there are over, of course, 120 items that are yours, and all 100 Battle Pass tiers in Season 1, including several tiers that stack 2-for-1 rewards, with one exclusive for Vanguard and one to use across both Vanguard and Warzone. These items include highlight intros and kill cam vanities, the latter of which wraps a fancy or a gnarly border around an enemy as they see their wonderful little demise. So why don't we, of course, talk about the weapon blueprints? Starting, of course, at Tier 5. Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, the epic Headhunter assault rifle blueprint. Yes, this blueprint, of course, comes with 10 attachment armament focused on precision and hard-hitting shots. This 20 hollow point short rounds per magazine will do plenty of damage anywhere on target with a 3.5x rifle scope, granting great visibility to the shots that can be made easily downrange. So let's talk about free for clans at tier 55. Legendary Dirt Digger LMG blueprint. What's better yet is some of these blueprints you can actually take a look at in game right now, and I'm looking at it right now. This, of course, comes with the G28 compensator, the Carver foregrip, the Zach 5.95mm Falchion barrel, the 30-round fast mag, as well as FMJ rounds, a 4x flip optic, the Empress adjustable stock, the discard proficiency, as well as the on-hand kit, as well as the Pine Tar grip. This 10 attachment weapon build is pretty much meant to act kind of like an assault rifle. The fast belt and the discard proficiency makes it easy to swap magazines in between engagements. Just, you might want to have scav handy, while the weapon's barrel and stock make it easier to move around the map. Rather use it as a traditional LMG, flip the sights from 1.5 to 4.5 magazines to magnification to get those wonderful little long shots. So why don't we talk now about at tier 71, the Gargoyle. Boy, oh boy. With a design seemingly ripped from the side of a stained glass building, guarded by a sinister gargoyle, this 10 attachment rifle can keep your operator unflinching like stone day or night. This thing is meant more mid-range engagements due to its 3.5 rifle scope. A sniper can make use of its fully loaded, lengthened 3-round fast mags to deal with small groups rather quickly. What's better yet is that once again, you can actually view this on the game as we speak. Next one. This one is free, so you don't need to buy the battle pass for this one. This, of course, is the Bullseye Handgun. Yeah, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, it's a revolver. What were you expecting? This is a 9-attachment revolver. An operator can pretty much down enemies as swiftly as the eagle brandishes on its handle. It's all built around an experimental barrel that deals one-shot headshots in multiplayer, with other attachments that pretty much keep this weapon accurate, as well as a scope that's up to 6x magnification. If you know what you're doing with this, you could quite literally put a round in one person's head and really enjoy those death comms. So, some of you might be sitting going, okay, those are the weapons. Let's talk about the skins, shall we? So let's start off with tier 10, Halima's Desert Cover skin. Whether she's fighting rages in the arid North African deserts, or she's hiding in the humid Pacific jungles, this gear, which honestly looks amazing, has prepared her with the warm weather gear. Now this next one, tier 20, the Konora skin. A nice little ghillie suit where he's covered in foliage fit gear that he can hide amongst the bushes. Now that's speaking my language. If anyone's known how I play, I love me my ghillie suits. Next one is at tier 90, Polina's Rising Legend skin. Outside of her signature look, Polina is geared up for the Pacific with a uniform designed for the humid conditions and tropical environment of the battles ahead. Of course, these operator skins, all the weapon blueprints, and other loadout and player profile items are all going to be on top of some COD points thrown in for free, all in the battle pass. Now, add in 2 Vanguard multiplayer perks, and a new lethal for your loadouts, all completely free to earn, and you have plenty of value to get outside of some awesome rewards at tiers 95 and 100. So why don't we talk about tiers 95 and 100? So at tier 95, we're looking at a nice little sniper rifle, specifically called the Hold the Line. Boy, oh boy, does this one look a little bit nuts. Let me sum this up for you. This is the new sniper, mind you, that comes with 13 millimeter rounds. Yeah, I know what I said. 13 millimeter. Imagine getting hit with that fucking thing. What gets better is you get the Awoken Legendary Francis skin at tier 100. And boy oh boy, does he look pissed. You also get your hands on at tier, I don't know, tier 100. You also get your hands on the Harvester weapon blueprint. Of course, you can actually view that weapon blueprint in-game right now, as it throws in some rather unique rounds, armor-piercing rounds as well. God help, you also get the title, the emblem, and the charm for letting people know that you have already finished the Battle Pass. So with that being said, that is pretty much all we are going to be seeing in the Battle Pass. If I really wanted to, I could drag out the entire article, but I actually did that and it took almost an hour. So be on the lookout. There is going to be a future video talking about what we're getting in zombies, what we're getting in future stuff, some of the bundles that are going to be dropping. So with that being said, leave a comment down below. What are your thoughts on the Battle Pass? Is this one actually worth it compared to what we have seen in the past? Don't forget to click that like button if you enjoyed watching this video. Don't forget to drop a subscription to this channel to pretty much keep up to date on all the things that are going to be happening in Call of Duty. And as we get closer, be on the lookout for a stream, because you know I'm going to be dropping in a Caldera just like everyone else. And with that being said, you guys have a wonderful day and night. Whatever you're doing, do it wholeheartedly. And of course, as always, this is Dank Dan, signing off.
Get them to hit that subscribe button, Dank. It's the only way we can figure out the numbers.
15.
What do the numbers mean, Dank? We're wasting valuable time.